Kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose, back with another video. How many of y'all know that you are not the first victim of your abuser? That you are not the first toxic relationship of your abuser? The majority of the time, you're not their first victim. There was someone before you. They have a history of this negative, violent, aggressive, or abnormal behavior. And you thinking it's just you, or we're thinking it's just us. And we're thinking if we just say the right thing, do the right thing, act the right way, the way they want us to act, everything will be okay. It won't be okay, because it's not us, it's them. My abuser told me before and after we got married that he had to call the police on his first wife because his first wife was beating up her own self because she didn't want him to leave the house. So she tore up her own clothing and scratched herself. So he called the police on her to report her because she took a knife and said, if you try to leave me, I'm going to kill myself. So he stated he left anyway. Look, my dog wants attention. I'm gonna still try to get to this video. So he stated he left anyway. He took all the knives out of the house and threw the knives in the garbage, and he left. I'm not so sure that story is true in entirety because of all the problems he told me that he was having with her, and he used to call her bitches and whores the same as he called me in our relationship. And I wasn't being a bitch to him. I wasn't whoring around on him. I've never slept with anyone out of the relationship outside. I've never slept with anyone outside of him the whole time we were together, married. And we're still married. That's my sixth husband. So if he's calling me a bitch and a whore, being verbally abusive, I'm thinking he had to do her the same way. And then after the relationship with her, he got in a relationship with someone else he met online. We met online. His thing is, he tried to find women online before me that were not independent and didn't have anything, and he would move them in and abuse them. And he ended up telling me that was his MO. So he moved this one person in. I forgot the place that he said she lived in. He said she was from the backwoods, didn't know anything. She wasn't a city person. So he moved her in, got tired of her, and started beating her up. And he said she was Amazon built and she just wasn't taking it. So she was giving him the business back and was whooping on him like how he was whooping on her. And he was pissed. So he left the house. She took his phone. She told him, you ain't taking an MFing thing. And she living in his apartment with him. Took all 3 of his phones and told him, you're not getting them back. So he left and drove to the police station and told them that she whipped him and was beating on him. And they laughed at him because he's the man. And he's like, no, I'm serious. I need some help. I want her out of my house. So they went back to the house. She's beat up. He's beat up. But they ended up taking her to jail. So her family members are calling around trying to figure out where she's at because they didn't hear from her in a couple of days. And they called him. He told me he plays dumb. They're like, have you heard from such and such? Is such and such there? What's going on with such and such? He was like, oh, I haven't heard from her. She just picked up her stuff and she just left. There's a history right there with that sixth husband. He did it to his first wife. I'm his second wife. So he verbally abused me, psychologically abused me, and physically abused me. He got with someone else. He verbally abused her. She couldn't take it. He was driving a vehicle and he was verbally assaulting her. She couldn't take it while he was driving, so she starts punching him in the side of the face. So he kept driving and he pulled over and got out of the vehicle and went around to her side of the car, grabbed her by the throat, pulled her out of the car, slammed her down to the ground, got back in the vehicle, drove off, left her out in the middle of nowhere. So she called her mom, and her mom told her to call the police department. She called the police department. She had the marks around her throat, and he was arrested for that. So he's a provoker. He likes to provoke a reaction or response, whether good or positive, from his victims. He used to try to find my buttons to try to provoke me. He would get in my face, yell at me, spit is coming all out of his mouth. He's headbutting me. Just anything that'll push my buttons. So that way he can call the cops and say it was me and not him. So be careful of these people that has histories of domestic violence, and when they tell, or histories of emotional abuse, history of psychological abuse, any type of abuse, when they tell us that, we should be alarmed and move away. Get them out. When I say move away, just get away from them. Don't talk to them as much until you can just cut it off and you're not talking to them at all. Limit the dates you're going out on. If you don't want to do it cold turkey, you can just limit the dates you're going on with them until you just cut them completely out of your life. Cut them out like a cancer, because they will enter our lives and wreak havoc. We will end up having to move like I had to move, and I'm now in hiding. You'll end up probably have to change your phone number. You'll lose assets. You'll lose your home. Your home may have to be foreclosed on, like my home. He's like, oh, he's telling people she has such a good credit score. She doesn't want to mess up her credit score. I just know she's going to pay her bills. I just know she's not going to let this house be foreclosed on, because he fooled me into buying and selling my own separate property, he manipulated me into us getting our own property in the country so he can really start abusing me, because there was no one around to help me. And I let all my friends and loved ones go for him to work on our marriage together. So just be careful of these toxic people. When they tell you who they are in the beginning and show you who they are in the beginning, we should believe them. Because sooner or later, that toxicity that they gave to all those other people before us is going to happen to us, because that's who they are if they hadn't changed, if they hadn't decided to change. But what I've been reading online and talking to people, once they hit you, abusers don't change. They will hit you again. It's like a cycle. They'll hit you. It'll be makeup sex. It'll be love bombing. And it may be good for a couple of weeks. It may be good for a month or 2 or 3. And then the cycle repeats itself. And it'll have you feeling all bad inside and all messed up inside. And you're thinking, what did I do wrong this time? I didn't do anything. Exactly. You didn't do anything wrong. You did not do anything wrong. It's on them. That's their problem, not your problem. Now, it's up to you if you want to stay in that relationship. Nobody can tell you what to do. It's up to you to stay, and it's up to you if you want to leave that relationship. That's all I have for now. And if you hear that squeaky noise, that's Pun playing with his squeaky toy that I bought. And if it's disturbing you, I apologize. But hopefully this message still reach you. This is all I have for now. Refine Rose out. Bye for now.